Good Monday evening, race fans. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network in our live coverage of the Dirt Slingers, a Monday night wingless series. Got about 16 drivers checked in right now for tonight's action. Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, Missouri. The virtual one and under the lights. First time I believe I have seen this under the lights is when this track was released. It did not have night lighting, so right now the dirt track terror himself, James Tiernan, quickest in the pre-race practice session. Couple of minutes left for these guys. They'll get ready for qualifying. We will get ready to go down. Go to our opening ceremonies. When we come back, it's going to be time for qualifying, so don't go anywhere.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, big thank you to the Foleys, as always, for their contribution. Practice session about to wind down right here. We'll get these guys off the track and put them out here in qualifying. You see the 98 car of Tiernan out there cutting laps. Vinny Sansone, second quickest. And Jacob Denny right in behind that. Hello, Mr. Nichols. Figured we'd see you out here this evening. Saw you in the first one. All right, driver's starting to roll out. Let's go watch Jacob Denny out here. Denny. In the 61 machine, and he'll get around 1 and 2. First time on the clock. Couple of new faces in here this evening. Well, yeah, Carson Hames is in here. I did see him. So a 3-lap average. Got scared. Yeah, I can understand that. 3-lap average. They'll do 3 laps, and then iRacing will average those 3 laps together for your pole. Gives them their individual times. We'll see if Denny should have been about the first one on. We'll get his time this time around. And then we'll jump out here. We'll probably go look at Tiernan. He's got to be getting close. Denny, 14-44, gets bumped immediately by Zach Jurczyk. Here comes Tiernan across the line. Looks like he's not on his third lap. Noah Bowman jumped to second, dropped Wade Fields to third. Denny's all the way to fourth. Now Trevor Royer in the 90 car. Quick time, 14:31. Tiernan, 14:40. So just a tick off. Let's go see if old Schmutz, old Jacob Schmutz in here. Putting down a time. Tiny Dancer's doing the same. Let's go watch the 118. And 118 way out of shape getting into 3. Not going to help his time. New car. And that's the 12 machine of Carson Hames. And Hames having some issues there. Looks like he's going to have to do something to get that car in a little better. Schmutz at a 13:49. And Scott King at 13:53 timing in. So it's Royer, Tiernan, Jurczyk, Bowman, and Sheeran. I do not see. Oh, it's actually, that's Dalton Strum. I'm sorry, Dalton Strum, the 088 machine in the 5th spot. Craig Sheeran down in 10th. I do not see the 007 or the 07 of Craig Silby right now. See Woodhull. Hames back on track. We'll see if the 12 car's got something in his pocket. Don't see Miles Jensen Jr. with any kind of time. Qualifying not an infinite session. So that time, no scored time as the clock ran out. But what we can do, we can get down here. And we can look at our grid for heat number 1. We should have 2 heats. And then we should go, all right, to tonight's 30-lap feature. It's going to be the 71 of Wade Fields from the Indy Esports Group. On the pole next to him, newcomer to the series. That's the 088 of Dalton Strum. Row 2 inside, the 01 of Zach Jurczyk. And on his outside, the 90 car. Your quick qualifier for the evening, Trevor Royer. Driver from the Black Diamond Motorsports account. 3rd row inside, Alex Rosinski, the 23 car. Not yet on the grid, but he'll be there. And then Anthony Woodhull will start the 09 on the outside of that 3rd row. In your back row, inside, Tiny Dancer. Scott King in the 118, and on his outside, another new driver to the series, Carson Hames. And he drives that NOS Energy drink number 12. I don't know if you folks can hear it, but the PA system here at Lucas Oil Speedway is phenomenal because I can hear the music playing in the background through the game, just like I was sitting in the stands and no cars were running. So, all right, quick drop back. 8 cars for us. Everybody's transferring through. This will set the lineup for tonight's 30-lap AMA. 2 heats. That orange cone right there. The start spot for everybody. Watch Fields and Schrum get things going. So we get ready with the pace truck out in turn 2. They'll maintain even steady speed all the way down to turn number 4. The 01 of Jurczyk. That's the ESPN machine right there. Watch him. Been quick last couple of weeks in the series. The green flag's in the air. Heat number 1 underway. Through 1 and 2. Fields grabs the lead. Jurczyk going to try for second. He's up on the inside of Schrum right there. Here comes Royer with the cut down. We'll go on board quickly. Royer in the 4th spot. Had to back off a little bit. Almost got into the back of Schrum's machine right there, but he'll drop down to the inside. In 3 and 4. Try to find the bite off the bottom. No dice yet. Still side by side. Now we're going to be side by side for the lead as Jurczyk's got the inside on Fields. Fields trying to use the momentum line, keep that 71 machine wound up, and he'll hang on to the lead for at least one more lap. 5 to go. Now Jurczyk with a half a car, but just too much horsepower on the outside, and Fields right back to the point. He'll come out of 4, grab it by a car. 2, 3, almost 4 as Royer finally dispatches Schrum. and he moves into the third spot. Schrum fourth. Woodhull is fifth. Straczynski, Hames, and Tiny Dancer back here all by his lonesome. 3 to go. Royer is coming. Jurczyk not giving up that bottom. Watching your top 3 right here. 2 to go. The signal from the starter's stand. Oh, that time Royer got in hot. He was able to get it checked up. He's going to have a good run down the backstretch. I just don't think he's got enough. He can clear Jurczyk. I just don't think he's going to be able to get there and try to pick up the win. He'll go slider line through 1 and 2. Maybe find some bite here out of 2. He's going to have to do something magical to get around Fields at this end of the racetrack. They come out of 4 to the checkered flag. Fields going to hang on for the win. Royer second. Jurczyk is third. Then Schrum, Woodhull, Straczynski, Hames, and King in that order. So we get ready to show you the grid for Heat 2. Things move quickly here. No time wasted. The 61 of Jacob Denny on the pole next to him. That'll be the 80 machine of Vinny Sansone. Your second row inside, Noah Bowman in the 2. And you got to watch Bowman. Bowman's on a streak. Won the last 2, I believe, in the series. Or won the last 2 wingless races I have watched. How does that sound? And on his outside, that's the dirt track chair, James Tiernan in the 98. Your third row, Craig Sheeran inside. Jacob Schmutz, the 1J, on the outside of that row. And by his lonesome on the back in the 35 machine, that's going to be Miles Jansen Jr. Can't believe you got scared, Tim. You should have just jumped in there and said WTF and ran it. All right, pace truck in. Man, it is dark in turn 2 down there. Well, we are getting ready to go green. Out of 3 and 4.
Green flag, green flag.
Jacob Denny on the throttle, and he will get us rolling. On board with Vinny Sansone, the end of lap number 1. He runs in second. James Tiernan up to the third spot. Schmutz in that 4th position right now. Jansen, Bowman, Shearman. I think Shearman, those guys must have had a little bit of an issue. Little bump off the fence for Denny. Little bump off the fence for Sansone. Sansone really trying to make the outside work, and Tiernan putting the throttle to it down on the bottom. And he is really closing it up here on the bottom now as they have swapped lines. Have Tiernan and Sansone. Tiernan now trying to use the top. It's all Denny out in front, 0.6 of a second. Tiernan still third behind Sansone. Bowman, who has been very impressive last 3 or 4 times out in a wingless car. I think he's got 2 in a row on the Thursday night series over with the Indy Braidspars guys. And he is struggling just a little bit with the 360 as Jacob Schmutz is going to pull alongside and try to battle for the 4th spot. Going to come around, see the white flag as it's already Denny on the 1 to go, 3/4 of a second out in front of Sansone. White flag right here. Sansone and Tiernan still on top of one another. Tiernan right to the outside. Not going to get it done. It's going to be Denny winning Heat 2, Sansone second. Tiernan will come home third. Bowman, Schmutz, Sheeran, and Jansen rounding things out. Well, it's going to move us along. We're going to get ready for a short warm-up session here. Not sure how long the guys are going to have to get back on the track and run things in, but I know they want to just a little bit. So while they're doing that, let us pay a quick bill. We'll be back with tonight's 30 lap AMA. Alrighty, Tim, will you take that info off the screen? Use that promo code. You're going to get a pretty healthy discount out of it. You can go to adminbox.com and order it. DSRL-BOXX is the promo code. They'll get you hooked up with some. But we're going to get back to the track. A little bit of warm-up going on. Not sure how long they're going to give them with the track. It may give them the whole 5 minutes so they can really wear a groove in this thing. Right now, Jacob Schmutz, the quickest in this session. 14:70 to Tiernan's 15:18, so about 0.4 of a second. Newcomer Carson Hames right there. That's the 12 car. And they are right behind Old Tiny Dancer in the 118. Let's do a...
No whisper target found.
Let's just do a reset with the cars and see if we can change the paint jobs a little bit. Sorry for having to do that live, guys, but every once in a while... I don't know. It looks right. Everything seems to look right. Well, Bowman's car is always black. He's right there. Trevor Royer got the 90 on it. That car's always just been stark white. And I can tell you that Vinny Sansone's car looks exactly like it has for a very, very long time. I know Thursday night, Zach Krieger is going to be back. He's going to have the call for the Elite Performance 410 Wingless guys, the Hoosier Open Wheel Series. Wednesday night, American Dirt Series 360 wing sprint cars, and I'll be back for the call with that. Still getting a little bit of the kinks worked out of the new system. Think we might know what's wrong with the old system. Got a bad processor, so new parts have been ordered. We're just waiting for them to come in. See if we can get back on our old system for a few things. But right now, making some switches, doing some fancy dancies here and trying to make things better. I love watching our stream on YouTube because it is super clean and super clear. I don't care where you're at. You're on Twitch, YouTube, Trovo. Make sure that you come by the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page, like, share, and follow. If you're on any of those, hit the subscribe button. You'll know each and every time we go live. But right now, it's time for us to run down the starting grid for tonight's 30-lap AMA. And it's going to be Wade Fields on the pole next to Jacob Denny, your two heat race winners. Trevor Royer and Vinny Sansone in row number 2. Zach Jurczyk and James Tiernan will make up the third row. Your fourth row will be Dalton Schrum and Noah Bowman. Row 5, Anthony Woodhull and Jacob Schmutz. And then it's Alex Straczynski and Craig Sheeran in row number 6. Carson Hames and Miles Jansen making up row 7. And Old Tiny Dancers, Twinkle Toes himself, be back there on the back row. Are you watching on the big screen, Tim? Tell me how it looks. I know you're watching on Facebook, but I don't know if you're watching through your smart TV or if you're watching on your phone. Appreciate everybody being here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to share it around. Lights off on the pace truck. He should get out of the way next time. Next time around, it looks like. Right here down in turn 1 and 2, I think. There's the starter stand. I was on the back stretch. So we'll lose the pace truck right here. Wade Fields and Jacob Denny. Ready to get at it. Round number 9, Lucas Oil Speedway, DSRL Monday Night Wingless Series. Green flag in the air. We're underway in the feature. Denny off the high side. Field slides in front. That should lock the door, but it does not, as Denny cuts right underneath, threads the needle between Fields and Sansone. He's going to grab the lead, and he'll lead the first lap tonight. Fields back to second, Sansone third, not giving up on second as he went right down the inside. Trying to take the spot as we have a caution, our first of the evening. Let's go see if Sherm and Jurchik might be a part of this. Oh, yeah, it looks like Jurchik lost the car and almost came to a stop, and guys behind are just bumping and banging off of him. So, thank you, Cody. So, couple of laps in and a quick caution. Denny, Fields, Sansone, Royer, and Tiernan in the top 5. Bowman, Schrum, Schmutz, Woodhull, Straczynski in the top 10. And then Sherm, Hames, King, Jurchik, and Jansen. Jansen's car off track right now. I do think Miles got a lot of damage. He hit the back end pretty square on that 01 car. And I think it probably knocked his front end off. So he may not make it back to the track. Take a look real quick. Yeah, he is sitting there. I can't tell from here, too many signs in the way. You got it on YouTube, Cody? Or do you have it through Facebook on the smart TV? All right, pace truck headed in. We are going to pick the pace up just a little bit to bring them around. Get them ready to go back to green out of turn 4. Single file for the restart. It looks like Jansen rolled the 35 car back on the track at the back here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. We'll go on board with your leader, Jacob Denny, as he tries to navigate round 1 after the restart. See if he can hang on to the lead. 3 wide out of 4. Denny using the momentum line, keeps the lead. Field stage second, Sansone third, Royer hanging on at 4th. Here comes Tiernan. Tiernan tried to go around the top, and Bowman was able to keep the spot on the bottom. So Bowman and Tiernan 5th and 6th trying to go at it.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
I don't know who is in this one. We're going to go back and see if the 12 car is in this. Right there's Craig Sheeran up on the top side. Oh, yeah, he got in a little hot. It looks like Straczynski was just a little off pace. Not a lot of damage. I think they just tapped a little bit. Straczynski. I can't even find. There he is. There's Alex. And Straczynski looked like maybe he backed the car into the corner a little, lost a lot of momentum, and Hames just came in there a little hot. Tapped the right front up against that push bar on the back and lost the whole back end of the car. Nobody hit him, so should be good to go. No change in the top 5. Thank you, Tim. Still Denny, Fields, Sansone, Royer, Tiernan in the top 5. No change there. I don't think anybody really had time to change. in the top 10. The only car maybe that moved back, and he might have been around 10th or 11th anyway, was Hames's 12 car. All right. Going to get them ready to go again. Jacob, Denny, Wade Fields, Vinny Sansone. You see Trevor Royer's right in there. Denny off the flat spot. Launches the car. Good launch. Down the hill. He is half a second already. Fields hanging on to second. Sansone to third. Royer hangs on to fourth. Bowman trying to keep Tiernan behind, but Tiernan's going to the top shelf. Right up where the banking ends. There's flat above that. Very dangerous to get too far up there on the flat.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Bowman was going to make a move on Royer, and we got caution once again. I think Dalton Schrum had a problem. Now somebody in front of him. Maybe Jansen. No, Jansen's good. Somebody got sideways enough to trigger a caution, but nobody got so far sideways that they caused any incidents for anybody else. So Jansen has the 35 car back in the pits. Probably trying to get something in the steering worked out. He was still riding around at the back, so. Schrum is the car that dropped to the back, so I'm going to say he was the car that got far enough out of shape, and iRacing give him the old EOL there. Getting ready to head out for the bowl. My intent is to come and see you guys on Saturday, for sure. Maybe harass, maybe just visit, whatever. All right. Getting ready to go back to the green again. Still 24 laps to go. Rough start to the night for several drivers. First trip to Lucas Oil for these wingless guys here on Monday night with DSRL. We're back under green. Make it 23 to go. Fields stays down on the bottom. Sansone on the bottom. Royer, the first car to venture outside. About my all contact there. That's going to get Royer around. Oh, that's going to turn Schmutz. There wasn't a whole lot that anybody could do. You saw it happen. We'll go watch Schmutz. We know he was in it, but Royer got into the back of Fields. And here comes Schmutz, and he just couldn't. He tried to avoid him. He just couldn't do it. Luckily, everybody avoided him, so Jacob's going to get the opportunity to rejoin things. As Trevor was the driver that was out of shape. And he and Jacob just coming together. Nothing anybody could do. Wrong place, wrong time. Fourth caution of the evening, 8 laps into the night. Pace truck now getting out of the way. We'll go back with 21 to go. Still Denny, Fields, Royer, Sansone, and Bowman as we go back to green. Quick look back through the field. We'll get back towards the front. We know the action's starting to pick up. Trevor Royer with a slip off two opens the door for Noah Bowman. Bowman drives in now. Car sideways. He's going to keep it rolling. Car sideways behind that. That's Jurchik. And I think Jurchik and company were just trying to avoid the slower car of Royer. Oh, no, he clipped the tire. It didn't matter what was going on there. And then Schrum gets up on top of him. So the left rear got in there, clipped the tractor tire on the inside of the Speedway. Pretty rough start this evening for the guys. Not even 10 laps into this thing and already on caution number 5. So not be surprised if race control is giving drivers an earful through the one-way receivers there. Only car off track is Jensen. It's still Denny, Fields, Sansone, Bowman, Tiernan, Woodhull, Royer, Shazinski, Sheeran, King, Hames, Schrum, Schmutz, and Jurczyk. And Miles Jensen now back on track. He has joined the back of the field, is staying on the lead lap, and he's taking every opportunity to go in and try to get some things worked on that 35 car. So, ready to go back to green. Going to be 20 laps to go this time.
Green, green, green.
Flag back in the air. Everybody minding their P's and Q's on the start. Sansone's going to the top side. Going to try to get the run down the backstretch. He'll take second away from Fields as Fields looked to spin the tires on the exit of 2 right there. Lost a ton of momentum. Now Bowman. Bowman going to try to work around the inside. Here comes James Tiernan. Bowman gives Fields a little shot in the pants. Say, hey, man, we got to go. Guys are beating us on the outside. Bowman, a bottom feeder from the drop. Always is. Now gets the inside on Fields. Little wheel-to-wheel contact. That pushes Fields up in front of Woodhull. Woodhull does the good thing. Gives him a little bit of room. Now Fields goes in. A little pushy push. Maybe didn't like getting moved out of the way there. Meanwhile, Denny, 0.2 of a second. Here comes Tiernan. Tiernan got around Bowman, and he is setting sail. He is trying to run the leaders down. Maybe make a bid to take the lead any moment here as he's side by side with Sansone for second. Sansone stays on the bottom. Tiernan stays on the top. Pretty even racing right now. 2 lines all the way around. Tiernan turns the car hard left, down straight into there, closing in on Denny. The pair of them, Sansone and Tiernan.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution
behind
is out.
them. As Jurczyk maybe has more problems. Watch the 0-1 here. Oh, got up on the flat spot. Oh, yeah, biked it. Didn't tip it over, but I'm pretty sure it's done for the evening as the rear end was askew on that thing. So we're going to slow it down just past halfway. Still Denny, then Sansone, Tiernan, top 3. Bowman, Fields, 4, 5. Woodhull, Royer, Hames, Sheeran, and Schmutz back into the top 10. Straczynski, Jansen, Schrum, and King, the only car officially out at the moment. And he may not be out. He's just going to need to get some work done, possibly, is the 0-1 of Zach Jurczyk. So just waiting for the lights to go off on the pace truck. Should do that this time around. They do. We'll be going green again with 13 laps to go. Maybe 14. 14 laps to go. Going to watch the black car here, Bowman. Bowman's been able to get to the bottom and get a lot of launch. But Denny up front, down off the hill. Pretty early start.
Green,
Looks
green.
okay. Everybody single file behind. Tiernan on the slider line opens the door for Bowman, but Tiernan's got too much momentum.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Quick caution. Looks like maybe Hames. 12 car. He's right behind Trevor Royer here. 1 and 2. Oh, he had a little help. Sheeran got a little wide. Hames was going down the hill. And the two come together over here in turn number 2. Yep, Sheeran just got in there a little bit wide. And I think Hames had already committed to coming down the hill a little bit. All of a sudden, a big right rear tire showed up in that cockpit right there, and there was much he could do about it. So we'll get another restart. Should be 13 to go. Ready to go green. Once again, Denny led the whole thing. He's going to restart us
Green
right
flag,
here.
green flag.
Back in the air. Into 1, we'll drop back. Tiernan, a little bit better run into 1 and 2, but Bowman had a good run off the bottom on the exit. Tiernan goes to the top, going to try to accelerate away, and Bowman finds a wiggle at the exit of 4, and he gives the spots back. We're going to keep focused on our top 3 right here. Sansone not letting Denny get too far away. Made a little mistake on the entry right there, but then Denny makes one on the exit. Here comes Bowman. Bowman found a lot of grip through 3 and 4, and he took 3rd away at the line. Can Tiernan fight back on the top side? It's not looking like it. Noah Bowman, the inside of 3 and 4, finds some more bite. He's closing in on Sansone, and Sansone going to run the bottom through here as well. Now Tiernan finding momentum on the top side again. He's going to fight for 3rd one more time. Movement for 2nd. Denny's got the inside. He's going to push Sansone up the hill. Can he find the bite out of 2 and take the spot clean and clear, going into 3 and 4 by about a car length? He has it coming out of 4. Oh, contact back there as Fields and Tiernan get together. Everybody keeping them square. They'll stay 4th and 5th, but now race is on for the lead coming around. It'll be 7 to go. Denny goes to the top side. Bowman stays locked in on the bottom. Out of turn 2, down the back stretch. Noah Bowman, the catfish, working the very bottom. Shows the right front to Denny. Now Denny's going to close the door, go on board. Denny going to keep the bottom locked in. Ooh, little clip of the tire right there. That'll open the door a little bit with 5 to go. Now Bowman's got work to do. He showed Denny the right front, and Denny changed his line around the bottom. Bowman just quicker, just got to find a way to root him up off. Goes in there. He's going to drive to the inside. Does Denny give room? He does. He might have a new leader this time with 3 to go out of turn number 4. It's going to be Noah Bowman, and Bowman on a tear right now in these wingless cars. Denny, hero move down into 1 and 2. Couldn't quite get it there. Caution's going to give us a restart. I think Jacob Schmutz may have a problem here. He's racing Wade Fields. That's for 5th. Oh, Fields got the right rear a little wide in between the tires, and that's going to hurt Schmutz a bunch. So we'll have a green-white checker finish to this, but the new leader right now, Noah Bowman, Jacob Denny back to 2nd, Sansone 3rd, Tiernan 4th, Fields hanging on to 5th. Then Jansen, Woodhull, Royer, Hames, Sheeran, Trzynski, King, Schmutz, Schrum, and Jurczyk. The only 2 cars not on the track right now. Got exciting there towards the end. I'm thinking that most of the battling was over, that Bowman, he just kept working the bottom, never gave up on it. And he was able to move around and root Jacob Denny up the hill a little ways. And it opened the door, and he found the bite out of turn 2 and rocketed right past to take the lead. So they'll get them lined up, ready to go back to it. It'll be a green, white, checker restart. Pace truck will get out of the way down here in turn 2. We'll wait for the drivers to reach turn 4. We'll talk to our top 3 tonight when we get done. Bowman wiggled the car a little bit back and forth, got a little shove from behind. Denny said it's time to go. Bowman finally on the throttle, green flag in the air. 2 laps to go. Bowman to the bottom. Denny to the top. White flag this time, and Denny way wide, but he's going to hang on to second. Just don't think he's going to be able to close in unless Bowman makes a mistake. And so far, Noah Bowman has made very, very little in the way of errors this evening, and he's going to come out of 4, and he's going to win at DSRL on Monday night. He'll pick up the feature win at Lucas Oil. Jacob Denny second. Vinny Sansone in third. And I'm going to get the feeling that Jacob Denny wasn't too pleased with his second place finish. So we'll try to talk to our drivers. Really like it best when they leave the car on the track, but we'll just show you one car the whole time, and we'll talk to everybody else real quick. I guess we're not going to talk to third place. Let's see if we can talk to second place.
User was moved.
Jacob Denny, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you battled hard. You led all but the last couple of laps of this thing, man. How did Bowman find a way to get around you?
Bottom's my kryptonite. I just can't do it like he can. I don't set my cars up just to roll the bottom. So just can't do it when you're not set up to not roll the bottom. You just can't run it like they can when they're set up to roll the bottom. So came up short again, but keep trying and see what we can do.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless. You start outside the front row, and like I said, you led about 28 of these laps, man. How did the track change? And, with that flat spot up there, what's the fine line before you drop over it and you lose all your grip?
It's off like center. You can hit it good, but that's the kind of the bad part of this place is that you can't run the flat shelf up there all the way around, so you can't really build a cushion or make speed up there. So lets the bottom get really fast, and then once it just gets rid of the cushion, it's just a shelf. It's just really hard to keep up with the guys that are rolling the bottom.
Well, second place, still a great run considering how far you guys are into the season. It can't hurt you in the points too much. You got some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here.
The good Lord above and EPI.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Thursday night.
Yep, thank you.
Jacob Denny finished second tonight, and I know that said third. My bad for that. I didn't. I'm used to doing it a little bit different, talking to the third place driver. So we'll get him in here now. And Noah Bowman, you did it again, man. You're on a streak in these wingless cars.
Yeah. I'd like to apologize to Trevor and Wade for getting into them in the race. Kind of got stuffed on the bottom, had nowhere to go.
Well, as fast as the car was, I'm sure that they'll understand that, maybe they might have just been a little bit of a hindrance and you were just trying to get around. But, that car was really locked in on the bottom. How are you able to run, especially a place like this where, you're too close to the inside, you find the tractor tires. If you're up too far, you're going to find the right rear and the slick. How do you get that fine line to keep this thing locked in and run it right on the bottom past all these guys?
Yeah, Lucas Oil's tricky. The tires are kind of oddly placed, so it's easy to hit them. It's just kind of sketchy to not hit them.
Well, you had to pass 7 cars to get there. It makes you the hard charger for the evening, and you win the race, too. We've seen you win the last couple over on Thursday nights with the Who's Your Open Wheel guys. Is this your first win on the series with DSRL?
No, it's my second.
So not too bad. 9 races, 2 wins, man. I'm sure you got plenty of people you'd like to give a shout-out to before we let you get out of here tonight.
M9 setups, Ethan, especially for the help. Oriana Custom Machining, RD Mobile One.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win again, and we'll look forward to seeing you back Thursday night with the Who's Your Open Wheel Series.
Yep, thank you.
Noah Bauman, he picked up the win. Let's look at our results for this evening. There they come. Bowman wins it. Denny second. Sansone third. Tiernan was fourth. Fields fifth. Jansen recovers to sixth after a lot of damage and several trips to the to the outfield, I guess. Out of turn number 2 there. He comes back for sixth. Woodhull was seventh. Sherham eighth. Royer ninth. Scherzinski 10th. Schrum, newcomer, finishes 11th tonight. Schmutz 12th. Newcomer Hames in 13th. King 14th. And Jurczyk rounded out the field in 15th. So, another week in the books. 9 of 14. These guys going to cruise on through. No more off weeks for the Wingless series from here until they end. I want to say it's the first or second Monday night in February. I'll have to check that and let you guys know next week. But don't forget about Wednesday night, American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars, 8 o'clock Eastern. Tune in for that one. And on Thursday night, Zach Krieger's back on the mic, and he'll have the Who's Your Open Wheel Series 410 Wingless Sprint Cars, the weekly series on the Dirt Racing Network. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We know you can watch us anywhere. You choose to watch it here. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. But for Dominic Santina, Zach Krieger, and myself here at the Dirt Racing Network, until we see you the next time,